I want to say that this is something I discussed with my coaching staff and the players about 3 weeks ago, that this is going to be a very tough start. You can't get disappointed if things don't go well right away, because we play 10 games in 15 days, and it means that we're not going to have a lot of practice time. So buckle down and get it done ahead of time so that when these tough times come, you can survive it. Well, we had a good game going the first half in Atlanta and failed coming out of that halftime. But that's part of the growth prospect of this team. I think for our fan base and our people that are, patient for the team to, immediately show this progress, I think you're going to see progress. I think you're going to enjoy it. And I think you're going to see the kind of basketball that was demonstrated in the first half of that game on Saturday. And hopefully we'll be able to withstand the gaff, as the expression goes, and play up to pressure defense when we have to, when games get close. I think that coaching staff's doing a great job. They've had to start a variety of players in this situation. That the injuries to Jose and Pablo, obviously Andrea, who's not been out since the very first exhibition, not been on the floor since the very first exhibition game, or as we call them now, preseason games. But other than that, I see growth in this team, and I'm optimistic that it's not always the final score; it's sometimes how you play. I think we're playing the game much better, and we're getting some activity that we'd like to see.
I feel particularly for Carmelo, there's been some struggles the last couple games. What are you seeing there, and was that also something you expected, as well as the team struggles?
Well, that hopefully is something that Carmelo's going to face game to game as teams screw up their defense to meet him. I talked to him today, particularly about the Detroit and Brooklyn games. I thought there were games that there was obviously a struggle. Josh Smith, left-hander, a guy that's a big angular kid that can play defense, and getting in foul trouble in that game really hurt us in the process of trying to win that game. And I thought the Brooklyn game was a difficult game for him also. I thought that wasn't one of his high moments. But I was very pleased with the Atlanta game. I think that the frustration's going to be there at times, especially when, the tide turns in the third quarter, and, he wants to step up and help the ball club at that time with what he's, known for and what his genius is, which is scoring. And sometimes it's frustrating not to be able to get there and do that. But he seemed very upbeat today when I talked to him.
Yeah, Phil, so much talk about the triangle this, triangle that. How do you feel the team is running it right now? Are you pleased at the progress since day one, or where do you think the team is at with running that offense?
We miss a lead guard as the quality that Jose has, that has a composure and the ability to settle a team down and get an organization of the offense out there with some savvy. But he's missed that opportunity, and obviously we've had to go forward without Jose and now Pablo too. So those are things that I think are good. Ultimately, I'm really pleased with the way Iman is operating out there on the top of the floor. I think he's doing a really good job. He's had an off game against Brooklyn on Friday, but other than that, I've been very pleased with him. They're still quite a ways from their execution capabilities as a team, and this is going to happen. It's all part of the process. I think we think of terms of basketball-wise, Thanksgiving and December as times when we'll really say, if you haven't gotten it by now, really, we'll have to think about if you're a learner, or if you're not a learner as ball player, individual ball players at that time. This offense, we talk about it as being 5 fingers on a hand, 5 players on the floor. If one finger's not functioning very well, you got a hard time buttoning your shirt, even pulling up your zipper. So you want to have all 5 fingers there, and you want to have all 5 players that can operate in this system. because it makes everything work well because all five are involved. It's not like you have one or two guys that are just involved in the screen roll and three or four guys that are just spot-up players and just standing in the corner. So everybody's got to be participant, and without a fully functioning group, sometimes it stagnates out there. The ball does and the action does. So, we've seen that, and we're hopeful that some of these players will catch on and keep it going.